Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we are putting our thoughts about WrestleMania and opinions, really, anything about WrestleMania. They're going to be ranking each match on a scale of 1 to 10. We're also going to talk about the matches in general. And I'm here with Deadman1010. I'm sure y'all heard about him.
Yeah, I've already done my review on Mania's Night 1 and Night 2 of this year, but yeah, so basically how this is going to go down is we're going to, like Lena said, rank all the matches from, worst to best and all these other things, and yeah, Cleaner wants, he can put, a link to that review video that I did on obviously Mania Night 1 and Night 2 on what I thought about it personally. So if he wants, he can put a link to it. I'll just simply give him the link, and well, vice versa with his video that we are doing at this very moment. I'll put a link to it on my review video. A bit of hot potato there.
Well, yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't filmed the video since like summertime, I would say.
Yeah, that's mad. But then again, summer of last year, it was popping. It really was. It was a lot of fun for me personally, and I know a lot of other people as well, including you, Cleaner, obviously. But anyway, back to the here and now. WrestleMania.
First match we're starting with is Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. So, what did you think about that, man?
Honestly, it is the most funnest time I've ever had watching a match in my entire life. I was laughing hysterically, and I think, yeah, Sammy's chances on having kids in the future are slim at that one.
They've been like just destroyed chances.
Yeah.
We can call those chances a nightmare now.
Yeah, Knoxville definitely put in work, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Even if he's no average, wrestler, spilling the grind and, wrestling 24/7, even if he's not that average type of wrestler, he's still put in work, and obviously Zayn took a bullet a million times over.
The fact that he can like build a match without only being in the ring like let's say once in the whole time, or being on WWE once the entire time, the fact that he can build it that well is kind of nice. Just basically off the streets, having his phone number on like a what was it, like on a plane. Yeah, he did a lot of things. That was a real phone number, by the way. It was a legit phone number. But
yeah, all I can say is that should be illegal, but not in the hands of the WWE. They get away with a hell of a lot, and even today they do get away with a hell of a lot.
What are you rating this match on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, there's other matches obviously on the card that have also been great, so I'll give it
a 6.
A strong 7 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 6. Meaning because it could be a little bit better. It's more on the comedic side, but like again, having a little dose of that is not bad. It's just I give it a 6 to a 7 at max for me. It's not a bad match. We're moving on to what do you think, Deadman? I'll make you pick.
It's definitely a lot more funner than I think people thought going into it.
What's the next match that we're picking?
On to the next match. I guess we could talk about the
what about Charlotte and Ronda?
I was about to say, let's get the ones that I thought in my review were a bit disappointing.
I'd give that match a 3 at lowest right now.
Yeah.
A 3.
Personally, I would give it a 1 or a 2. Like I guess
not invested into it. But if there is going to be an I match at WrestleMania Backlash, then I am going to be invested in that because I love I Quit matches. No matter what they are, no matter who's fighting them, I love them. We really don't
Yeah.
need to talk much
But-
about that match in general. All we can say the wrestling was not really great. Ronda has never really been great in my opinion, but so
It wasn't the greatest match. Like, I get what WWE were trying to tell. Obviously, what they were trying to, battle each other at their own submission game kind of deal, but it just didn't really do much for me. It really, really didn't move the needle at all.
we're not gonna talk
Yeah.
about all the matches because that we'll be sitting here for hours. Hope you know that. We're gonna talk about most of the matches. Like let's say
And
the next match is gonna be
even then,
Becky and Bianca.
yeah, just one sec, Lena, before we go on to that one. Even then, like, the feud going into it wasn't too great either, so it's not like it had a good build-up or anything, so, yeah, that match really, really did fall flat on its face.
Yep.
Big time.
Next match is Becky and Bianca. What did you think about that match, Jedman?
Well, it's pretty much the opposite of what we said about Charlotte versus Ronda.
Definitely
Great
good.
feud and great match, and in my opinion, although Cleaner would
Disagree.
disagree,
See?
yeah, disagree.
You know me too well. You know me too well.
yeah. That's what you get when you're on call on Discord, 24/7 almost with a
Literally.
certain someone. Yeah,
He literally knows me
Although-
like the back of his hand. Scary.
that actually is scary because I'm not known for knowing somebody that well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we might as well just call this YouTube channel like a podcast because literally we mainly just like talk about. We might just call it like something like a podcast because we just talk wrestling stuff, our opinions on it. We don't really post. We're not gonna be posting really much gaming anymore. Mainly like something like this if we do end up posting. So stay tuned if we do end up posting. Not guarantee that.
Yeah, that's not actually a bad idea in my opinion. But going back to Bianca and Big Time Bex, in my opinion, I think the right person did win when it came down to what the payoff was, obviously, of it in that situation being. Because obviously, if you remember, guys, when Big Time Bex came back, she naturally sucker punched Bianca and won in basically like
27 seconds.
Yeah, basically the time that I thought it was anyhow, but still, yeah, 26, 27, 20 seconds odd time limit, and obviously Bianca was scratching and clawing.
Well, I rate that match 7.5. I know I didn't say much about it. It's just not my favorite match. It isn't the worst match, definitely. There's some good moments, good spots. Wasn't my favorite, but I rate the match a 7.5. What do you rate it, Dead Man?
I rate it probably a I rate it a strong 8 out of 10 in my mind. I think it was a brilliant match. It showed what both women were capable of. It had a great feud going into it that was actually quite inspirational in a way on the part of Bianca, obviously. And,
The matches that we are going to be saying next are like the matches that we are going to like basically be talking about in like a couple minutes. We're gonna be talking about Edge versus AJ Styles. Probably that's probably the next one. Talk about Cody versus Seth, then Roman versus Brock, and
although what
RK Bro versus Street Profits versus who else was it? Alpha Academy. Those are the last ones we're talking about.
There were, I think, 3 more matches in my
And
mind
Stone-
that I know of.
And Stone Cold and yeah, we still have a lot to talk about. And Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, the little fight, and the other ones.
So that wasn't a fight, that was a match.
Yeah, that's what a fight is a match. Don't correct me. A fight is a match. Okay. There's
Yeah, I guess you're right.
yeah, but to say. Why can't I? Oh yeah, and Vince. Vince and Pat McAfee and Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. Those are the ones that we're gonna be talking about next.
Yeah. Although, on an honorable mention, guys, the Rey Mysterio, Dominic, Miz and Logan Paul match was pretty solid. I'll give the devil his due. Logan Paul did
8.5. You all may hate Logan Paul, but you know he can wrestle.
And he can definitely play a rather interesting heel, I've got to say. And the factor of the Miz turning on him.
The next one we are.
Makes me wonder whether or not we're going to get a face Miz now. I don't know.
You know, I expect from to come out on Raw, and he's going to attack Miz while he's facing Cody Rhodes. It's either that or Seth is going to attack Cody. Someone's going to be attacked in the match, I bet. The next match we're going to talk about right now is Adrian Shows versus Edge. Really lackluster, I think. It wasn't it. They really did not do good in that match. I'd give it a 4 out of 10. How much I love Edge and AJ, they didn't really pull all those ups. Now the bump on the apron, now that was where the start of the match. Feel bad for Edge's back. That must have hurt, really.
But yeah, my thoughts on the match. It was okay, but like I said in my review, I don't. Well, spoiler alert: the feud isn't done anyway. If you've been tuning into Raw since Mania, but point is, I think there's a lot
Add a stipulation. Add a stipulation. Have it be in Hell in a Cell. Ooh, they can do some good stuff in Hell in a Cell.
I think there's a lot
or a ladder match.
I think there's a lot of like story and whatnot that AJ and Edge can still tell, and I think they've got a lot to give as competitors inside the ring. The match wasn't bad, but it just
didn't hit the mark.
I don't know. To be fair, I can't remember my actual
His
opinion
entrance was fire. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's a 2 a bit. But I give the match a 3 to a 4. I give it a 4. What do you give it?
Yeah, I can't remember my actual real opinions about the match I said in my reviews, so more of a reason to obviously check out that video. But yeah, point is, in terms of the match, I think I'll give it. To be fair, I can't even remember the rating that I'll give it, but I'll just give the classic random rating. I'll just give it a maybe a 5 out of 10, maybe.
Now the next match we are moving on to is RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Good match, definitely. I'm not just saying that because RK Bro won. I'm saying that because it was definitely it had some moments. Yeah, I liked it. Not my favorite match, but I definitely liked it. For this one, we're not going to talk a lot about it because there's not really much to talk about. But I'm gonna give it a 6.5. 7. No, actually a 7. Yeah. What are you gonna give it?
I think it was a pretty good match. These guys definitely went out there and did stuff without a doubt, and those RKOs were definitely something.
Now, the RKOs were I would give it a 5 if it wasn't for those RKOs, but those RKOs just especially Randy's. Well, me and obviously, but the next match we are going to be talking about is Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's the guy that I never thought I'd be ever saying in my life, but for that match, I mean, they brawled a lot. I didn't expect Stone Cold to take any bumps, but he did.
Honestly,
a bump on the concrete at his age. Yeah.
When I saw when I heard Owens say a match, I
jumped out of my seat. No lie.
I didn't know what to think. This just did not seem real. A guy that was forced to retire due to neck injury and not to mention back and knee injuries.
You know what's kind of sad?
And then coming back after 19 years.
Me and Deadman have never seen him wrestle. Never. Not even one match. Never seen him wrestle, actually, a match live. I need to see a match he wrestle, but not live. Maybe that opportunity is definitely something, definitely. But the next match, well, no, actually, what are you rating this match? Give it an 8, an 8.5. Nostalgic is up there.
To say that the guy hasn't been in the ring in 19 years and was taking bumps like it was the 90s and whatnot, I've got to give it I've got to give it a 10 out of 10 in my mind.
I have a match I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. You'll find out what. We're going to save the best match for last. And the best match for last. Hope you know that. But the next match we're going to go for is Roman versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, first thing I'm going to say about that, when he did have the Kimura lock on him, he legit dislocated his arm. He legit did. Like, and you could see his arm, like, starting to, like, get a bit red. He actually, like, what he did, he grabbed the rope and he, like, basically pulled his arm back in place. That must hurt, like, yeah, that must hurt. The thing is, Brock's a legit fighter. He legit has broken people's bones, I think. But, that's the highlight of the match, just the Kimura lock thing. I thought it was just, like, you know, like a play. Okay, I thought it was, like, for story-wise. I didn't think he actually legit broke his arm. Not broke it, but like dislocated it. But for that match, I am going to give it a 6.5. The only reason I'm giving it that low is because I felt a little bit rushed. Too many finishers were happening. Don't go. You shouldn't have just F5 spear, F5 spear, F5 spear. You should have at least a couple, like, I guess, like, punches in there. A couple of clotheslines in there. You know, add some stuff. I mean, the spear through a barricade is definitely something nice. But, Deadman, what will you rate that match out of, like, 10?
Here's the deal, guys. Cleaner told me about the whole, you know, situation with Roman and his, arm, so obviously I didn't know it ahead of time when it came to my review, so I was like hypercritical of the match, and I do regret some of the stuff that I did say, and based on that situation, I guess I understand why.
I think the match did ended a lot sooner, because there was definitely probably 10 more minutes left in the match, because it ended at my time, ended around 12:40, and not 12:40, 11:40, and the show usually ends at 12. Last night, the Saturday night show ended at 12. And I'm like, yeah. Definitely, it was cut early. It was cut early, definitely, just because of that. But yeah. He looks fine now, thankfully, because when he put your shoulder back in place, it should be fine after a little bit. You don't need surgery for that. All you need is recovering. What is your rating?
I'll give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10, obviously.
Yeah, we're thinking alike for once.
So obviously that's between 7 and 6. I would have gave it a 6 or a 7, but obviously there is a 6.5 in between, so yeah.
For the final match... No, not the final match. Why did I think the final match? That's not the final match. Okay, we're gonna rate Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory in Pat McAfee versus not Stone Cold. I wish. Versus Vince McMahon. We're gonna rate those together. We're not gonna just rate them separately. Because like it's like one of the matches called on the fly. Literally. Did not expect Vince to get in the ring. The fact that he did, in my opinion, that was mostly for nostalgia. Because I think he has only wrestled, like, I think he's wrestled before. But for old fans, I don't know how they would react, definitely. Like older wrestling fans. But, for that whole thing, the first match, I truly did not care about Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. I didn't care about it too much, but Vince versus Pat McAfee, they missed it. Like, while that match is going on, I'm like, Vince is still here? Oh, he might be getting in the ring. I don't know. I guess we did find out he got in the ring. So I predicted that correctly. But for me personally, I'm gonna give that match, those matches together, 7.5.
To to be honest, like seeing Pat McAfee walk out with the cheerleaders and
That's a
Seven Nation
highlight.
Army firing out, I was into that.
Yeah.
I was literally like clapping my legs like
Yeah.
constantly to the song. It was
The thing is, when he
I
comes
was
out
just
for
having a ball.
the thing is when he comes out for commentary, he plays that song every single time. They have his like that is his song for when he comes out for commentary. Like I mean, like it's not even shown on TV. You'll see a person take a video through the crowd of like that song playing and him like going to like commentate. Like it's like in 10 minutes, 20 minutes before the show.
I know
Even
that
starts.
I've heard Michael Cole's theme song and it being basically Nickelback.
I don't even know what his theme song is. I didn't really listen to that one. But what do you rate it, Dead Man?
Because I remember watching WWE live and I think hearing that song and then Michael Cole walking out. So, yeah.
What do you
But,
rate that show?
Anyhow, so yeah, the match between Pat and Austin Theory was very, very good. And then, honestly, I don't know how a 77 or whatever year old
76.
in 2022 in the form of Vince this
He's
had
still
it
pretty
in
buff.
him to wrestle had it in him to wrestle a former NFL player. Like, how does this happen?
I don't know.
But point is, despite that,
What is your
the
rating?
so with the Pat McAfee Austin Theory match alone, I would give it a strong 6 out of 10, and then maybe with the Vince and Pat McAfee adding on to it, I would probably give it maybe a 7.5.
Yeah. I think most of that point five is like for nostalgia. Yeah. But the next match that we're gonna talk about, and I think it's the last one. Did we talk about like most of them? That we
And
need
then
to.
and then watching Stone Cold come out after the match to deliver the worst stunner of all time on Vince. Thanks to Vince.
Vince laughed at it.
Thanks to Vince, that was just so much fun because although people were looking at it as like the worst thing ever, like, oh, this stunner's so bad, but it's like Vince has never sold like a good stunner to save his life. So, like I always say about that situation, the more things are different, the more things stay the same, and as is the case with that.
The next match is going to be, you can probably see on the screen, Cody versus Seth Rollins. For those of you who stick to the end, you can just have a treat from us reviewing this. You have this for the end for a reason. Yeah. Okay. I love the match. Just Cody coming out, like just the uncertainty of who was gonna come out. Yeah. Like it could have been Shane. It could have been the Fiend. The Fiend. Yeah. He controlled all of us. It seemed like it. It could have been the Fiend. It could have been Shane. It could have been literally Undertaker. It could have been anybody. Because Undertaker said never to say never at the Hall of Fame induction. So that's why I was thinking, could be Undertaker or Cody for me. But Cody ended up coming out and he beat Seth. Only thing I didn't like about that match is like so many crossroads. Like it's almost making this finisher look weak. Think about it, dude. He's done so many crossroads. Like it makes the finisher look so weak that he's kicked out of that.
But then think about it, Cleaner.
Do you want it to be weak?
But then think about it. He hit one at the start of the match. It wasn't just gonna end, like that.
I know, but like even in the middle of the match, like even that. Oh, and the fact that he did like the bionic elbow, I think that what it is. Yeah, that was nice.
That was a precious moment for sure.
I think when he won, he did end up kissing the mat. I guess he loves being back. I think he likes being back. And one thing I heard online is like he does not want the Stardust gimmick back at all. So I don't think you're ever gonna see that again. But
To too right. He's built himself up to be in his prime and be the best version of himself. Why go backwards?
Oh, just a little news here. I know it's off topic, completely off topic. Actually, never know. It's not gonna work with it. It might be in a future video. Might be. You never know. Quickly, I'm just gonna give Omos versus Bobby Lashley. I thought I should just talk about it real quick. Omos versus Bobby Lashley. I give that a 8. Yeah. Just what do you give it, Edmund? We're not gonna actually just talk about it at all. We're just gonna give it our rating because it's a small match. It's like filler.
It was a filler match, but then it was quite a decent match. Surprisingly.
Yeah, we're running low on time. That's the thing.
Right. It was quite a decent match, to be honest. But anyway, cutting to the chase, my rating of this match, even though it's probably not going to be genuine because I can't remember my ratings for any of these matches, but still, my rating for this match would probably be a strong 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Wait, what did I rate? I don't even remember. I think I rated like an 8. Yeah, I rated an 8. But for the Cody versus Seth match, I give that a 9.5.
Personally, I would have gave it a 10 out of 10.
Actually, I should have been rating. I reversed that rating to a 10 out of 10. There.
Yeah, that
10
was
out of 10.
Well, that was a very, very good match. Those guys, honestly, if it weren't for Stone Cold versus Owens, in my opinion, that match would have got match of the night for me personally.
It still got match of the night for me. I mean, then again, it was between Austin and Kevin Owens and Cody and Seth. Those matches were very, very close, in my opinion, for rating wise. Very close. But this video is gonna like come to an end now.
Yeah,
that's
what I mean.
We might do like another video pretty soon. I mean, that's fun. Maybe one video once a week. I don't know. Don't get me on that. If I do another video, you'll see it. It might be sporadic. But thank y'all for watching. And
Lena, just one sec.
My video is 27 minutes.
But point is, I just want to quickly say this. In terms of match of the night, for me personally, of night one, it will be Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, but following very, 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 very closely by Cody versus Seth.
Yeah, night 2 is Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. For me, night 2.
Yeah, I never really said what my match of the night was for night 2.
What is it
personally. Thinking of all the matches, I'm not sure. Honestly, I would go with Knoxville versus Zayn just for the comedy factor.
Yeah. Well, the video is now gonna finally come to an end. So I'll talk to y'all later, someday maybe, and peace.